Welcome back. You're watching us here on Mad About Markets. We're tracking the Indian sleep industry. Now, as always, let's talk about the yays and mays of the Indian sleep industry. We start with yays, and the biggest yay, of course, is the number of sleepers that we have. I mean, we have 130 crore Indians. So, I mean, that's a big yay, ain't it?
And that's 80% of the market right there. I take that point, but you know, the logistic cost because of a huge mattress transportation, that is a big cost for the industry to reckon with, and that's often holding back some of the players from expanding a lot.
But not only are there a lot of people, there are a lot of people who are actually moving separate houses. I mean, we see a lot of family nuclearization, etc. So if that were to happen, then more houses, more beds required, more guest rooms required, and more sleep industry material.
Sure, and that's why a lot of new players are waking up to the opportunity. They're using tech, they're using innovative products to enter this market, which is displacing some of the established players.
Enough about the macros. Let's talk about individuals. Everyone's increasingly aware of how important sleep is for them.
True.
So they are willing to invest in what gives them the best sleep.
But how do you arrive at the cost, right? And that is important for these manufacturers because the raw material prices, they're fluctuating wildly, especially, sorry to go back to the macros, given the current environment.
Well, in that case, you differentiate your product offering. Instead of, just talking about, okay, this is the commodity that I'm giving, these are the input prices. This is my differentiated offering. My product offers the best sleep, irrespective of the price.
No matter what your product is, at the end of the day, sustainability, recycling, all of that is very important to consider. And with huge mattresses, that remains a big challenge for the industry.
That remains a big challenge. I take your point. But, increasingly, people are adopting to D2C, e-commerce, all the other channels, which does not require people to perhaps transport those mattresses so much from a warehouse to perhaps a store, etc. Now it's warehouse to your house directly.
Well, I think we're even Steven there. So let's pose this question to the guests.
Let's do that.
Well, now that we've spoken about what works and doesn't work for the industry, Madhavan, to your mind, what are the biggest challenges? Is it recycling? Is it the huge transportation cost? The raw material price fluctuation? What is it?
As you rightly said, recycling is a big challenge. What I mean is a customer who procures a mattresses, whether it's ours or whether it's some other brand, they utilize these mattresses for quite longer period. See, the average lifespan of a good mattresses is not more than about 4 to 5 years. Though we give a larger warranty, for instance, and there are products with us which we give a warranty of closer to about 10 years, starts from 5 years. All said and done, a healthy mattresses remains for about 4 to 5 years. This we need to educate to the customers, it's an investment. So he should invest in mattresses and change his mattresses once a while, at least about 4 to 5 years. If this trend is got into the mindset of customers, I think the business gets literally well.
Well, Chaitanya, the other challenge is that challenge of competition, because on the one hand, you have organized players, unorganized players, in that you have D2C players, some established players. How do you compete?
I think the main way to compete against traditional players for us is that we, as a D2C company, are D2C in every facet of our life, which means we listen to our consumers on a daily basis, as opposed to a large company which engages a research agency once in a few years. The second big thing is technological innovation. Because we listen to consumers on a daily basis, we know what they like and what they don't like, and we are able to bring the best scientific research from across the country, across the world, into our products through our R&D labs. And the third biggest thing is that we are able to engage with our customers post-sales. We call them and explain the value of the products, how to extend the life of the products, how to take care of the hygiene of the products, all of those things as a value-added service post-sales, which again, traditional players which work with 3 or 4 middlemen are not able to do. So it's not that these companies are incompetent. They're very, very respected, very, very innovative companies which have existed for many decades. It's just that the world has changed where customers expect a much faster feedback loop and much more responsiveness from the brand.
Okay, time now for the bigger question, and that is, what is it going to take to wake up the sleep industry? Priyanka, you as a startup player, your thoughts first, and then Mohan Raj, of course, you should chip in.
Absolutely. It's all, if you see, it's already being shaken up, right? A lot of new age brands are coming in. As I said, I think we need to focus a lot on products and the quality of products and the innovation we are bringing in, right? We see, we are working on a lot of new products in pipeline, like sleep monitoring, like sleep tech, right? How could you have? So I think innovation is one thing which is needed to disrupt the industry. And with sleep company, we've learned in last 3 years that consumers want that. Consumers want better products, right? In this industry, quality of products, quality of comfort is becoming a bigger driver than really the price point. So I think that's really, really needed to shake up the industry. Second is, as you said, this industry is very, very unbranded, fragmented, right? The distribution channels are very inefficient today. You have distributors, you have retailers, very, very high margins, right? And I think that needs to change. So as more brands start selling direct to consumers and you see inefficiencies getting reduced, I think that's what's going to change the industry and, make us more closer to developed countries.
I would say, all of us have gone through the pandemic, and I think realizing that sleep is very, very important. I know there was a time even when I was small, sleep was considered to be lazy. So my, take on this is everyone should understand the importance of a good sleep. And I think you won't get a good sleep if you don't sleep on a good surface in a good environment. So beyond mattresses, we are also, educating a consumer on various aspects they should really, keep a watch on so that they can get a very good night's sleep. And that's very important. So I would say that, all of us realizing the importance of sleep and investing in a good product, and maybe as an industry finding a solution to, the old mattresses, how do we discard it and ensure there is less minimal damage to the environment. I think these are few things which as an industry we should be working for. And as a consumer, I would say the consumer should be thinking about and not, considering that to sleep for 6 to 8 hours in a day is like to be lazy. I think it's about, staying fit and healthy.
All right, Mohanraj, thanks a lot for that. In fact, on that note, we'll thank Priyanka and all the gentlemen for joining in and talking us through the sleep market and the importance and the economic size of that as well. With that, Ritu, it's curtains on this season of Mad About Markets.
Yes, it is, but we will be back soon. So in the meantime, you catch up on some sleep.
After a short nap.